Hello and welcome back to Boost Your Business English, the podcast for professionals who want to communicate with confidence. I'm Alex.
And I'm Chloe. It's great to have you with us for episode 5.
Today we are tackling a huge topic, one that really sits at the heart of everything we do in the workplace: conversation skills.
That's right. You know, Alex, I was thinking about my first office job. I was so focused on doing my tasks perfectly, I barely spoke to anyone. I thought my hard work would speak for itself.
I think a lot of people feel that way.
Exactly. And I realized over time that building connections with my colleagues was just as important. Knowing how to start a conversation, how to listen, how to contribute in meetings, it changed everything for me.
It's the difference between being a cog in a machine and being a valued team member. It's about building social capital. So in this episode, we're going to break down conversation skills into 3 key areas: starting conversations, engaging in them effectively, and finally, ending them with grace.
So, whether you're new to an English speaking office or just want to polish your skills, stick around. We've got some incredibly practical tips for you.
All right, let's start at the very beginning. The dreaded small talk.
It gets such a bad reputation, but honestly, small talk is the gateway to big talk. It's how you establish a baseline of trust and friendliness.
A gateway, I like that. So how do we open it? We mentioned safe topics before. Let's dig a little deeper. What makes a topic safe?
A safe topic is generally positive or neutral, and it's something most people can relate to without feeling uncomfortable. We mentioned weather, weekends. What else?
You could talk about sports if you know the other person is a fan, or maybe a popular local event, or even just the office itself, like, wow, they finally fixed the coffee machine.
Yes, a shared experience. The key is to avoid anything that could be divisive. As a rule, stay away from politics, religion, money, and health problems. Keep it light.
Right. And to help our listeners find those topics, let's go back to that FORD method we mentioned. FORD.
F for family.
Now be careful here. You don't want to get too personal, but a simple, "Do you have a family?" or "Are you from this area originally?" can be a nice entry point. Always let them lead on how much they share.
Good point. Next is O for occupation. This one's easy at work, but go beyond what do you do. Try asking, what's the most interesting project you're working on right now? Or how did you get into your field?
That shows genuine interest. I like that. Then we have R for recreation. This is my favorite. It's about hobbies and interests.
Yes, read any good books lately or seen any great movies or planning any trips this year? This is where you really get to know the person behind the job title.
And finally, D is for dreams. This sounds a bit deep, but it doesn't have to be. It can be about future goals or aspirations.
Right. Like, are you learning any new skills at the moment? Or what are you looking forward to most this year? It's positive and forward-looking.
So, FORD family, occupation, recreation, dreams. A fantastic toolkit.
Okay, so let's put it into practice. Office kitchen. Role play time. You start.
Hey, Chloe, grabbing a coffee?
I am. I need it today. How's your Wednesday going?
It's going well. I'm just putting the final touches on the presentation for the marketing meeting.
Oh, right. The quarterly review? I heard you're presenting some new campaign ideas. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about one of them. It was inspired by a documentary I watched over the weekend, actually.
Oh, yeah? What was it about?
It was about sustainable brands. It got me thinking about how we could apply that to our own marketing.
That's a great way to find inspiration. Well, I won't keep you from it. Good luck with the presentation. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Thanks, Chloe. Talk to you later. Now, once you've successfully started that conversation, your next job is to be a great listener. And we mean active listening.
This is a skill that will benefit you in every single area of your life, not just at work. It's about making the other person feel heard and valued.
Which is the foundation of any good relationship, professional or personal. So, what does it look like in practice? Let's start with a bad example. Chloe, tell me about an idea you have. I'm going to be a passive listener.
Okay, so Alex, I was thinking we could improve our team's workflow by implementing a new project management tool like Asana or Trello. It would help us track tasks visually and reduce the number of update emails we send.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, for lunch, I was thinking,
Okay, see, I immediately felt like you didn't care and my idea wasn't important. I lost all motivation to continue.
I was waiting for my turn to talk, not listening to understand. Now let's rewind. You start again, and I'll be an active listener.
Okay, so Alex, I was thinking we could improve our team's workflow by implementing a new project management tool like Asana or Trello. It would help us track tasks visually and reduce the number of update emails we send.
Okay, so a new tool to make our project tracking more visual and cut down on email clutter. That sounds interesting.
Exactly. I think everyone feels a bit overwhelmed by their inbox.
I agree. So when you say visual tracking, what does that look like in practice?
It's like a digital board with columns for to do, in progress, and done. You can see exactly where every task is at a glance.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. So everyone would have immediate clarity on the project status.
Yes, and that's the main benefit.
Brilliant. See the difference? In the second version, you felt encouraged to elaborate, and I got a much clearer picture of your idea.
A huge difference. And don't forget nonverbal cues. If you're in person, nodding, maintaining eye contact, and having open body language are just as important. It all sends the message, I am present and I am listening to you. Okay, our final section is about navigating the flow of a conversation. Let's start with something many learners find difficult: how to interrupt politely.
Right. Because in many cultures, interrupting is a huge no-no. But in many fast-paced English-speaking business environments, especially in meetings, it's a normal part of the conversation.
Exactly. If you wait for a perfect long pause, you'll be waiting forever. It's about finding a moment where the speaker naturally takes a breath between points.
And using the right entry phrase is everything. It shows you respect what they were saying. We mentioned a few. What are some others?
You could try, may I add something here? Or, that's a great point, and it makes me think of. That one is excellent because it connects your idea to theirs.
Or even, sorry for jumping in, but before we move on, I wanted to ask, this is great for getting clarification.
And after you've made your point, it's good practice to hand the conversation back. You can say something like, sorry, I didn't mean to derail you. You were saying?
Oh, that's a very smooth technique. It shows you were still tracking their original point.
Now for the flip side, exiting a conversation. It can feel so awkward, but it doesn't have to be.
The key is to be clear and polite. Don't just invent a fake emergency. People can usually tell.
Yes, no need for drama. Just be honest. Giving a reason is very helpful. For example, I've got to run to my next meeting, or I need to finish this report before lunch.
These are called exit lines. It's good to have a few ready in your mind. My personal favorite is, well, I'll let you get back to your work, but it was great to chat.
That one is so good because it puts the focus on being considerate of their time, even though you're the one leaving.
Exactly. It's polite, professional, and effective. It works every time. Another great one is to signal the end with a summary statement like, so, to confirm, you'll send me the file and I'll review it this afternoon. Great talking.
Perfect. It wraps things up logically and provides a natural endpoint. No awkward lingering required.
And that brings us to the end of our workshop on conversation skills. Let's do a super quick recap.
Point 1. Master the art of small talk. Use the FORD method to ask open-ended questions and build rapport before you get down to business.
Point 2. Practice active listening. Make your colleagues feel heard by paraphrasing what they say, asking clarifying questions, and using verbal and nonverbal cues to show you're engaged.
And point 3. Learn to manage the conversation flow. This means knowing how to interrupt politely with the right phrases and how to end a conversation gracefully with a clear and friendly exit line.
These skills might feel mechanical at first, but the more you practice them, the more natural they become. They are the tools that build strong professional relationships.
So, for your homework this week, we really want you to try one thing, just one. Maybe it's asking a recreation question to a colleague, or maybe it's paraphrasing something in your next meeting.
Notice how it feels, and notice the reaction you get. That's how you'll grow. And that is all the time we have for today on Boost Your Business English.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We really hope this helps you connect and communicate with more confidence. Join us next time when we'll be decoding the language of business emails. Subscribe to this channel so you don't more great business English lessons.
Until then, take care and keep practicing. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.